Hey guys, Boy 32 here. Check it out. Got two big old 45 ACP semi-automatic firearms sitting in front of me and my cup of coffee. So anyway, what we want to do is we got two reputable guns here. One is the FNX 45 and the Rock Island Armory FS TAC Ultra 45. So what I want to do is just to tell the tape who's going to win, who would you normally take into battle. I've had this question asked me about a couple times saying, hey man, if you had to carry one, my brother, my big brother, he just bought him one of those Tabors and got him a Tragicon put on that thing. It's kind of funny. He's from Tennessee, so you have to forgive him. But anyhow, he said, man, you got to put that in your rig and carry that around with you. And I was like, well, you know, this guy right here it really is a great looking firearm, hell of a performer, but it does have some issues. Got the FNX, and this guy right here is probably one of my favorite firearms. As a matter of fact, with that Vetter holster, I've actually started carrying this concealed because nothing says I love you like 15+1 and 45 hollow point. All right, so let's go ahead and do a tell of the tape here real quick. Both the firearms are cleared. From a capacity standpoint, we're gonna start. I'm gonna try to do this thing systematically. It's kind of hard doing it off the cuff. It's unscripted completely. But anyway, what we're talking about is we got two magazines here. One holds the TAC Ultra from Rock Island Armory, holds 14 rounds. The FNX holds 15 rounds. From a capacity standpoint, the FNX wins. Let's talk about cost of magazines, additional magazines. The TAC Ultra in the kit itself only comes with one magazine. This guy right here actually comes with 3 magazines, and I'm glad they do because these bad boys right here are about $44 a piece, and that's the cheapest you're gonna find them. These guys right here, you can get them at cheaper than dirt. You gotta make sure you get the Arms Core version, which comes with this little groove right here, around here, but you can get them for about $24 a piece. I've actually got 2 of them getting ready to be delivered next week. So I got 4 mags for this thing right here. Okay, so going back from a capacity standpoint, I think that the FNX is gonna win. So let's put those aside. There we go. All right, looking at the guns as an overall value, first of all, let's talk about weight. This guy right here is an absolute beast. I don't know that I would want to carry it into combat with me just because of the extra poundage. You're 2 pounds, 12.9 ounces. This guy right here is 1 pound, 12.78 ounces, a full pound lighter. And you got more capacity in this guy right here. But again, it's not a really fair comparison because these two were designed specifically for 2 different reasons. This guy is high speed, low drag, very light and ready to go. This guy's right here is meant for competition, but from a 45 being as heavy it is, you're probably gonna experience less recoil. Okay, now that we've got the weight out of the way, let's talk about the ergonomics of each one of the firearms. One thing I need to do real quickly is take a sip of coffee. Sound like Mr. Holster here. Okay, so all right. So we've got 2 of these guns right here, and I think we can both agree, or all agree, that the angle of the grip on the FNX is identical to the 1911. And they think that they did that on purpose. You think? I think they did. That is the absolute most perfect angle there is. And John Browning knew what he was doing when he did that. Okay, from a grip standpoint, this guy right here has got the G10 grips. It does have the mag well, which sets it up pretty nicely for competitive shooting. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. Nothing says I love you like this big, massive son of a gun. But to carry this in a rig, man, you're giving up a lot of accessibility and weight down the road for something else that you could be carrying. This guy right here, the grip, very nice. The stippling right here, or this dipples, is very, very aggressive. But I'm gonna tell you something, you really learn to appreciate that. And for the most time, most cases, if you're shooting this in a situation where you're bad off, you're gonna have gloves on anyway, so no big deal. But I tell you what, the very comfortable gun to shoot. Recoil is not very bad on this at all. This guy right here, recoil is very well managed. Talk about the beaver tail real quick. On this one right here, you've got the extended beaver tail, and pretty much that's the standard on any custom or custom style 1911. This particular guy right here, I love the way it's rounded off. You're not gonna catch it on any leading edges. When you look at this gun right here, it is high speed, low drag, SF, special ops, ready to go. And you know what? I actually held the H&K Mark 23 the other day that was designed to go to the SOCOM guys, which is an absolute beast. I couldn't even imagine carrying that for any long-term period of time. But I love the way that that ergonomic beaver tail is right there. All right, let's talk about safety features. All right, so the 1911 comes standard with the safety right here. This particular one is ambidextrous, just like so, and a grip safety, just like that. Now, a lot of people, you're gonna carry this thing in condition 1, just like that. A lot of people are like, why would you carry it like that? Well, there's 2 different safety features on this. One is the grip safety here and this safety right here. Even if that was off safe, you cannot pull the trigger. And it's just like carrying a striker fire gun. But as light a trigger as this thing is right here, you really need to pull that up. And you need to train yourself to release that safety when you're coming up on a draw. My problem with this particular gun is I'm so used to bringing my thumb up high like that, and that's my grip. This is how I carry. I have a problem with bringing this thing up, and I'll come up and then I'll actually put it back on safe like that. So I've got to do a little bit more training on this thing because I do have such a high grip when I go into a gun, when I go into my gun purchase right there, or a grip purchase. What do you call that thing? I'm holding a damn gun. All right, so what we've got a grip safety here. We got a ambidextrous safeties right there. On the FNX, you just have a safety. All right, you can carry this thing locked and cocked. And the nice thing is, it's inoperable right there. You can operate the slide in safety where you can't do it on the 1911 frame. Put it into a fire mode, and then you have the decocker right there. I really do like the decocker because when I chamber around, I can go like that, and I don't have to worry about it. Put it back on safe if you want to carry it in safe, or you can put it just like that and carry it in double action. So I'd have to say, from a standpoint of safety features, they both have their marks, but from a tactical standpoint, the FNX is probably going to win in that situation there. Okay, let's talk about sights. The FS TAC Ultra comes with adjustable sights. You've got adjustable rear sights, dovetailed in, and the fiber optic in the front. The FNX, not this particular model because this one has the Trichicon night sights installed on it, but the regular model does not have night sights. So I would have to say that the TAC Ultra, the Rock Island Armory, wins in that one. The sights on these guys are a lot better, but I think this is set up more for competition anyway. All right, so let's talk about the slides real quickly. Both of them have serrations front and back. The slide on the FNX, as you can tell, is just a little bit wider. Well, not a little bit, a lot wider. Sliders have serrations front and back, here and here. These right here are very rigid. They really do have a nice little deal there. These do as well. They're not as, have a far separation in them, but you can go like hell. This one also has a loaded chamber indicator that is raised. So when you do have a round that's chambered, you can just reach down there and know that. All right, Picatinny rails. Both of them are equipped with Picatinny rails on the bottom side. The FNX has 1, 2, 3, 4 slots. The TAC Ultra has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots. TAC Ultra wins. So I think from a standpoint of upper slide, the TAC Ultra is going to be the winner there. All right, let's talk about triggers here real quickly. All right, the TAC Ultra is set up with that beautiful 1911 style trigger that slides straight back. So let's go ahead and see what the poundage is on this guy right here. Hold on, there we go. All right, just a little bit over 3.75 pounds. And I think this is going to surprise everybody here. Put that right in the apex of the trigger. .25 pounds. So you've got a tactical firearm with a single action pull of 4.25 pounds versus a 3.75. Roughly about a half a pound of difference between the two. I would have to say, even though the trigger pull is better on the 1911 style frame, that I really like the style and trigger pull on this tactical firearm here. Magazine releases. Let's talk about magazine releases right here. We'll go ahead and put both of these in. As you notice one thing, there's a mag release on this side, mag release on that side. No mag release on this side, mag release on this side. Basically, everything with exception of the takedown roll pin right here is ambidextrous on the FNX, which is one of the things that they wanted to accomplish on this firearm, because as a military weapon, they were going to go into a situation where you had those left-handed people, and then you had the normal people who were right-handed, just like that. This guy right here, the only thing that we have ambidextrous is the safety right there. Talk about mag releases. Each one of these guys does a great job in releasing the mags. All right. Well, let's talk about this, the overall assessment for these guys. For a competition style firearm, I would say definitely this guy right here. For a tactical situation or everyday carry, I would say this guy right here. I've run roughly about 1,000 rounds through each one of these guns, and I gotta be honest with you, the FNX eats every piece of ammunition that I put into it, even the Perfecta style ammo. This guy right here eats it. This guy right here does not like Perfecta. It's very finicky on the ammo. American Federal or American Eagle, this he likes, but other than that, it doesn't like a whole lot. This guy right here, the sight picture, the sights are absolutely awesome, as you can tell, just like that. That beautiful fiber optic in the front, especially if you got some good range lights, you're good to go. This guy right here, I guess with standard sights would do very well, but this is equipped with the Trijicon night sights. I do like that. They both have their attributes. I had to pick between which one I would carry on a day-to-day basis versus which one I like the most because it looks great, is the FNX. The FNX is gonna be the firearm that I'm gonna carry every single day. I do actually carry this guy concealed, and I tell you what, with that Vetter holster, it really does pack tight to the side. I can carry it just with a t-shirt over and hanging, as long as it's like a black t-shirt or something else like that. I know with the double action trigger, all I've got to do is draw and go. This thing carries 15+1 of 45 in hollow point, and nothing says I love you like that big old round. This guy right here, the only reason I wouldn't carry it is just because it is finicky with the ammo, and it makes for a great range gun. This guy right also might have a problem with the safety, and it's just a personal preference. I'm gonna have to train with that, but I do love carrying this in condition 1 exposed, because on open carry day, this thing draws a lot of attention. It's just a beautiful firearm. Of course, that 1911 frame with this big old extended dust cover with the full Picatinny rail is just tactical out, and I just love it. G10 grips, big old mag weld in there. It's just a beautiful gun, but for everyday carry and tactical reasons, I would definitely carry the FNX. CodaBoy32, if you haven't already done so, please give me a like on the video, subscribe. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got a lot of stuff we've done in the past that you may find of interest. And I always end the videos like this. Support your boys in blue. As always, God bless America. God bless those men and women in uniform 24/7 for our freedom, because freedom is not free. It's CodaBoy32, out.